Hey everyone, it's Lissette here. Welcome to my channel. For this video, we're going to be doing a set using some nail decals. I came across this page called 77 Nail Decals, and she does some amazing prints of different kinds of characters and like movie themes. Of course, we're going into Halloween, so y'all already know how to order a whole bunch of Halloween stuff. This is what the card looks like when I ordered it. It's really cute. It just gives you a little bit of description of what or how to apply this product. Now this is the one that I'm going to be using for today's video, but as you can see, I ordered so many more. I didn't really want to get too deep into each one of these because these are going to be future videos, so stay tuned for that. So for this video, I am going to be using it on myself. I'm going to go in with the extra long stiletto nail tips. I'm going to pre-measure them, of course, as I usually do, gluing them down with my rubber base gel, adding a small amount to that tip, adhering it with my little side UV lamp. And of course, you can go ahead and find that at my website at LGNPro.com. I am going to make sure that they are fully cured for a full 60 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and blend that tip in just a little bit where the tip is adhered. I'm not going to go over my natural nail because I do have a peel off base coat. I do like to save my nails after I've done it and kind of like have them propped up off to the side, so I could always go back and look at them and just see all the cute little designs that I do have or have done. So I do have my peel off base coat, but once I do this, I am using this at 5,000 RPM. I am going to go in with a nail file and just sharpen the tip because I want these razor sharp. I want them to be super pointy and just really like cat-like. So you're going to go in with the 180 hand file and do that as well. You would normally go in with a dehydrator to dehydrate your nail plates. I'm going to skip that because, like I said, I do have a peel off base coat. I'm going in with my rubber base coat and I'm just going to apply that all the way throughout the full entire nail, and then I am going to cure it. Now, for the description of how she suggested to use her nail decal, she does suggest adding a white polish prior to putting on the decals, but I am gonna go in and use my milky white hard gel. Once again, these are on the website at LGNPro.com. So I am going to just go in and I'm going to do the same across all of the nails. I'm going to add a thin layer. I do want to encapsulate. I'm somebody who loves encapsulating. So I am just adding a white layer specifically to have a background layer for the decals. I'm not going to build this up at all. I just want a fully white background basically. So as you see here, I did flip the nail over a little bit just to make sure that it was evenly distributed, and then I am going to cure that, and then I'm going to move on to the next one. This is probably going to be the easiest design that I've ever done as well. Like, it was super easy. It took me no time to do this. I highly recommend you going to her website to check out the different decals that she has, because there's some really fun ones there as well, not only for Halloween but just for every occasion. So I am going to link her information below so you guys can go ahead and check that out, because I think you would find some things that you would really enjoy using as well. And she also has Frenchies. Yeah, not only does she have like a full covered nail decal, she has Frenchies, and I've never really seen anybody do Frenchies before, so I was really excited. And I'm kind of bummed that I didn't order it when I ordered the first batch, but you guys already know I'm gonna go back in and order more. So this is what the all white set looks like, and I love me an all white set. It looks just so clean. So for the decals, I am going to go ahead and I'm just going to measure out a couple just to make sure it's going to fully cover the nail. And I do cut around the white, I cut out the white part, and she says to soak it in some water for like a minute, and then you're able to slide it off the backing and place it on top of your nail. She doesn't say anything about applying a base coat prior, so I just made sure that my nails was still a little bit sticky from the hard gel. And once I took that, I just placed it right on top of the nail. And you see here I do dry it a little bit because it was like soaking wet, but I just slide it right on top of the nail, and it was perfect. It was just so easy. Like I said, it's really convenient, and the design, it kind of reminds me of like wallpaper. So I thought it was really cool. It almost reminds me also like vintagey as well. But yeah, so I ended up doing that, and she does suggest as well to go in with top coat, but I do not top coat these because like I said, we're gonna encapsulate. But once I lay all of them down, I do make sure I kind of let it air dry a little bit because they were still a little bit wet before I physically moved on to the next nail. I think for the middle nail and the thumbnail, it was a little bit shorter than the nail itself, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to do something else on top of it, and it's going to just cover it up. So as you can see, I do have a little bit of hanging. She does suggest, like I said, putting top coat, curing it, and then you can file everything away or use acetone. But I'm actually going to go in with some base gel because like I said, I wanted to encapsulate these, and I wasn't sure how my hard gel was going to stick to, like how it was going to stick on top of these. Like I wanted to make sure they wasn't going to separate. So I ended up going in with my base gel and added a thin layer, and then I did go ahead and I cure it. And I'm not really worried about all the extra hanging of the decal that I still have going on, because once I encapsulate, we're going to file, and we could just easily file that away. So once I made sure that was fully cured, this is where I go in to encapsulate. And like I said, I feel like when you encapsulate something, it just intensifies it. It almost like magnifies the look of it. It just looks so freaking good when you encapsulate. You can definitely take these decals and just put it right on top and not have to encapsulate. You could build your fully extended nail with the arch and everything and then go in with the decal. But like I said, I really, really, really like how things look when they're encapsulated. So I kind of like did it the opposite way. And this is what works best for me. You guys can do however you feel works best for you. But like I said, I'm going to encapsulate. So once I encapsulate one nail, I do go ahead and I cure that in place. And then I move on to the next nail. And if I didn't mention it before, this is the Crystal Clear Hard Gel. And before filing, I always go ahead and I remove that sticky layer with my nail cleanser, just to make sure. You definitely want to remove that sticky layer because then your nail file is going to get all gunky, and y'all don't need that. From there, I'm going to go in with my 180 grit nail file, and I just start filing these into shape. I make sure to go underneath as well because that's where we had all of the hanging extra decal left over. And I'm just going to remove that, file that away, go over the surface, make sure that these are extremely pointy and sharp like a witch. And yeah, it's hard for me to record myself filing because the camera doesn't like to focus, so y'all already know we're gonna skip ahead. So this is what they are looking like. Of course, I have to remove all the dust. They look so pretty. So we're gonna go in with some shiny top coats because I wanted these to be really shiny. But we're still not done. Like I said, I just wanted to make sure that these were finished off at this point with some shiny top coat, and then I'm gonna cure that in place. Now for the next step, there was this Instagram post that I seen. I'm gonna insert it what I can, as well as the link to her account. She made an amazing if you guys ever seen Stranger Things, it's called like the upside down world. Well, she made an upside down dress inspired by, you know, Stranger Things, and it had a lot of like veins and like just like a whole bunch of little black lines running through it, and that just looked really amazing. And it got me thinking I wanted to do an upside down nail design. But when I started doing these nails, I was like, you know, those little veins will look really good on top of this nail. So that's what I ended up doing. I am going to do a dedicated video for Stranger Things, you know, the upside down themes, and I think that'll be really cool. But I still wanted to incorporate some veins going up this nail. So as you see, I did take my staple black color, a detail brush, and I just started drawing on these crazy little squiggly lines all over the place. And I think it just came out really cool. It's different. I tried to stay more to the bottom, so it kind of still resembles a Frenchy nail. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. I think it came out really cool, but I'm gonna continue doing this, and I'm gonna fully cure it for a full 60 seconds. And once I did this, I did try to make these matte, but I quickly realized I hated how the matte looked. So I ended up just leaving it shiny, and I went in with a detail brush and I just made all the little squiggly lines shiny. Yeah, I do not like how they looked matte, like the little squiggly lines. I thought it would look cool because it was supposed to be a little bit dingy and like, you know, I feel like it being shiny, it kind of made the nails pop a little more, well, the squiggly lines, and that's kind of what I was going for. And I ended up going back in with the detail brush, making those lines shiny again. And I really liked how it looked 3D. Like it almost looked like it was creepy crawling on top of the nail. It just looked really funky, cool, different, also just like eerie almost, you know, like you have this really pretty background, this really pretty wallpaper, and something crawling on top of it. Like it just looks really cool. So I go ahead, I do that to all of the nails, making sure they're all shiny, and then I do go ahead and I do a full cure for 60 seconds. So this is what they look like, and I was really happy with it, but I already know some comments are gonna be like, oh, but where's the bling? You need some bling. And I was more than satisfied with how this looked, but to satisfy some of you others, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to add a very small amount of orange bling. I'm gonna take my Bling It rhinestone gel, and I'm just going to focus on the top middle portion of the middle as well as the ring nail, and I literally only use 3 crystals each. I also go in with some of my, what do you call these, caviar beads, the gunmetal caviar beads, and I like it. I actually really like how it looked. So yeah, I gave you 2 little different samples, one with bling and one without bling, just to kind of see what you guys prefer. I kind of like it with the bling, but you guys also let me know what you think. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna cure that again for a full 60 seconds. And this is what the nails look like. I think they came out really pretty. I really like it. Let me know what you guys think. These decals are super easy, amazing to apply. The color is really good as well. The pigment on these decals are really good. But yeah, of course I'm gonna link her info in the description box so you guys can check out her website. And that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Please make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on the next one. Love ya.